Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Margaret being Margaret. Oh, I thought I turned on the TV. Oh, I did. Already started. It is Saturday morning, 8:10. Since I get up so early during the week, usually 5:30 at the latest, I don't sleep in much on the weekends, which is nice. So I've already been up for quite a while. I think I get up quite a while. I think I get up around 6 o'clock. I have to go grocery shopping. I'm just about out of sugar. For me, just about out is when I have almost no reserve. I'm into my reserve. I don't know about anybody else, but I must be from the mentality of the depression, which I did not live through. I'm always afraid I'm going to run out. And now that I live in the middle of nowhere, I'm more afraid than usual that I'm going to run out. First of all, I should not say the middle of nowhere. I'm sure I'm in the middle of something. There's a little store half a mile away, but is rural as this is right here. There's a fairly busy main road, less than a quarter of a mile from this street. So that little store is in a plaza off there, so it's not like I could walk to it comfortably. And people have said nice things about this place for years. I had never been there. I went this week just because truly I was out of bread and milk, which I just opened. And I thought the place was not so good. It really had very little. You know, when it's you've got 2 or 3 loaves of bread on the shelves, I get worried. Like, how long has it been sitting there? I know I can check the expiration date. I will feel more comfortable still going back to Hannaford's, which is about 12 miles. Won't kill me. And I'll get there once every couple of weeks. The other thing is, I had mentioned that when I first showed Karen, my sister, the house, that we went to a restaurant half a mile the other way. People love it. It's a nice little pizzeria, but it has all sorts of food. And we had fish on a Monday, which was dumb, and it was dry. And I thought, okay, you know, not a big deal. I really shouldn't have ordered fish on a Monday. My sister Bernie said, you know, they have phenomenal hamburgers. So Mike and Nikki were here Thursday. I'll tell you that in a minute. And when they were leaving, they were going to go pick up some takeout to take home from that restaurant. And Michael asked me what he could drop off for me. So hamburger. I've been wanting to try it. A hamburger. No cheese, Ma? No cheese. What do you want on it? Lettuce, tomato, or mayo? No onions? No. Lettuce, tomato, mayo, medium. He dropped it off. They took off. I opened it up, and it was a well done Swiss patty melt with mushrooms. Well done as a hockey puck. Cheese, I didn't want. Yeah, I just didn't, that's not what I wanted. So anyway, it was not good. I told Michael, and he just laughed like, Ma, how can a restaurant not get along with you? I don't get it. But I guess I'm going to have to order pizza. Pizza, not pizza. So that was my this week with restaurants and stores. I will get it. It's settling in. It's settling in. I have my laundry. I already have my laundry sitting here for my sojourn? How do you say that? For when I go down cellar. And I won't go down with the basket. You're all right. I don't have a mesh bag. I'm probably not going to buy one. You know, I make the silliest decisions. Hopefully you all do too, because, you know, I bought the new cabinets. That was, you know, I forgot how much each, but that was money. I won't buy a mesh bag because I'm not going to need it when the new house is built. Really, Margaret? But my thought is, I've got plenty of trash bags. By mistake, I bought, I think, like 500 trash bags. Don't ask. So I can put these in one of the bags, throw them down the cellar stairs. I've got that sitting here because at some point I am going to go probably to Hannaford's, and I have to get 3 C batteries. for this motion detector light that's been sitting here for a week and a half. And, well, now you open it. To get it lighter down cellar. That spotlight that you screw in, somebody had mentioned that to me, and I had already bought it. It was sitting on the counter. Works wonderfully well, but I'm looking at, Parker, what have you got? What is that? I have no idea where you got this. She just brought me this screw to something. I'll have to put it aside until it becomes glaringly obvious what's falling apart. Yeah, where'd you get that, huh? Train of thought, left the station. I have no clue. I'll replay this afterwards to edit it and go, that's what you were talking about. Things that have happened this week and why Nikki and Michael were here Thursday. You know, I go to their house to take care of the little one. I do not take her out in the car. First of all, it's all me. I hate how you have the car seats facing the rear in the middle of the back. So this poor little one is just isolated looking at what? The seat. And, you know, my kids, of course, right, wrong, or otherwise, the car seats are forward. At least you could talk to them. I would give anything to be able to do that with this little one because this is the first time I had to take her someplace in the car. Mike and Nikki have a couple of mirrors in their car so they can look at her and I guess she can see the back of their heads. I'm not quite sure how enriching that is for a small child. I will get one for the times I have to take her, but she was not appreciative. Oma was miserable because I couldn't see her to see that she was okay. And I had to have her because Nikki and Michael, after their workday, came here to meet the architect. Architect. Step one. So anyway, they had said, why don't you bring her here so that you can be home because it'll be even later than normal and we'll take her home. Which I didn't like doing to her, but it kind of made sense. So they had told me to come, sorry, my coffee was just starting. They told me to come here around 4:30. Well, the little one's fed and she's ready, so we get here around 4, which is not what they wanted because then I could put my 2 cents worth in. I tried so hard. Yeah, I did okay. I did come in tearing that I would never take their child to the car again because it was horrible for Oma and not that great for their little one. The architect was talking to them. They had already talked money, which I was thrilled because, you know, I shouldn't hear any of that. But they had said, Mom, we said 4:30 so that you wouldn't do this. And I had drawn out my plans, remember? I had drawn out the plans of what I would want. And Nick and Mike wanted it bigger, which I'm fighting, but I did draw the same kind of concept with an extra small room that is would have a closet and a couple windows, and so it could be used with a small bed, could be used as an office, could be used as a myriad of things, or just storage. With me, it would be a refuge for my granddaughter as she gets older and wants to escape, which will probably never happen, but in my mind. So anyway, I digress. I had drawn that up so the architect would know where my mind is. Well, Nikki, God love her, didn't want the architect to see it or anything that she had in mind for this house because she didn't want to stifle the architect's process, which I thought was funny, but I get where Nick's coming from and I'm fine with it. It just stopped me for a minute, like, but what if she makes something I don't like? And Nikki said, well, we've got it set up for lots of changes. You know, we can change it as many times as we want. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, but why don't you give her what I would like so that we have a starting point? It doesn't matter. The architect had said it's going to take her 3 or 4 weeks to come up with the first plan because she likes to sit on it and double check it, and I get that completely. But I'm thinking, oh man, now we're in April before we even start, and you all are gonna be right. It's gonna be a flippin' long process. Please be patient, Margaret. I hate this. Anyway, I'm fine with that. Nikki is a smart girl. It should be her and Michael going through this, and I should just kind of ride their coattails. I will get what I want. I'm not going to just say, okay, put me in this and I'm going to be happy. I will get a layout that I'm comfortable with. In the meantime, last night I think, Nikki texted me and said, is this the plan that you wanted to share with the architect? Because I had sent it to her. So she is going to send that, which I'm very grateful for. Even if we don't end up with anything like it, if there's a starting point in my mind that she saw what I was thinking, the poor woman, that just makes me happy. Other thing, this house has hollow core doors. If you don't know what that is, that's these ugly things. And I mean, they're functional, but they're ugly. Nick and Michael are thinking about taking them all out, ripping down all the woodwork. I understand why. It's stuck in the 80s. And I'm thinking on how much money they could save if the woodwork got painted. Now, for those of you who are purists, I get it, but this is so dated. And if this was painted white, which Nikki likes white painted woodwork, it could look very modern. And if the doors got the trim added to them and painted, I think we could save them. Well, Nikki that's not something she'd want to do. She's got enough on her plate. And I asked if I could play with at least one door and some woodwork, give me something to do, because I am. And she said, sure, go at it, because if it doesn't, we don't like it, we're going to tear it out anyway. So I'm going to start playing with that, which makes me so happy. When they came over Thursday with the architect, they cracked up because the bedroom that they want to make a bathroom and walk-in closet is all taped off on the floor with how everything should be. Luckily, they laughed at me because my brain needs this. So I'm excited because I get to play in here, and that's the only way I'm going to make it through. Because it's not mine, I can't do things like, I would be ripping woodwork out, I would be painting woodwork, I would be, the wonderful, and it is wonderful, and I had it in my day, the wallpaper, that needs to come off. I've got to leave it alone. The good news is, it's coming into spring, and although the yard is going to be torn to shreds with the garage and my addition and the bump out, the front yard there's a lot of trees, and it's just overwhelmed with leaves, and it needs to be raked, so I'll be able to do that. Other thing is, we don't have town trash pickup here, so you have to have a recycling bin and a trash bin and take them out to the road on your trash day, just like you would if you had pickup. Well, Nick, of course, has signed up, done everything. Nick and Mike everything's in their name, so I can't call. But when they dropped off the containers late last week, and the first pickup was Friday. So 6:30 in the morning, before I leave here, I take everything out yesterday. When I sit right there, they're still full. They didn't come. I texted Nick after working all week, the poor thing, and just told her that they didn't come, and I'm sorry, but since he counts on her name, I can't do anything with it. She went online, pickup is Tuesday. She knows, and she doesn't make mistakes that often, that she was told Friday, which is fine. So this morning I have to get out there, drag them back, and put them out Tuesday. Little things, but it just makes me laugh. It's like no matter what you do, it's one step forward, two steps back. Or if I'm very lucky, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I still have to use my GPS to figure out how to leave my house. I'm getting better It's been 2 weeks of going, almost 2 weeks, of going from here to their other house. And I'm recognizing things now, but the roads are so small. I've got to remind me next week to take you along for the drive. It's hysterical. I also today have to get to the car wash just to vacuum out the car from the move. You know, the one thing, the front seat is where I put the cactus plant, which isn't looking too healthy right now. It's dormant. It's thinking about how much it wants to pout before it comes back. But I spilled a lot of loam dirt, potting soil. I spilled a lot of potting soil on the front passenger seat. Yeah. I also have to get, my bank accounts closed, which are in another town on the other way. And you can't do it online. And here's the big one. This one, if you've been with me for a while, you understand. You would expect it, and it still catches me by surprise. Thursday was the closing of the house. Wednesday, they recorded the sale of the house officially with the Registry of Deeds most likely, and I got a congratulatory note that I no longer own the house, which is nice, but we haven't closed and I have no money. Thursday is the closing. Now, I'm not going to go to the closing. My lawyer will represent me, and he had said he wanted the check. This is what he told me. He was going to have the check handed to him, and he'd get it to me, because wire transfers have that slight chance of something going wrong, and he didn't feel comfortable. Well, that's fine. So Thursday afternoon, I get a call from my lawyer's office, and I'm thrilled, thinking, oh God, I'm going to actually go see this money reach my hand. And his secretary said, Margaret, we're sorry. About? They had mailed the check, snail mail, to his office before the closing. Why? You're going to see my lawyer at 11 o'clock. So I have not seen anything. Supposedly there's a check in the mail, not even registered mail. I don't know when I'll see it, but I no longer own a house. That's a little alarming to me. I know nothing. The one thing I did see is I went online to my mortgage is due the 1st, and I was hoping that there was no screw up where it was one day off, especially with leap year, that they would pay it and that would be another fiasco. But Wednesday, the mortgage account disappeared. So the mortgage has been paid, and I don't have a loan. And I put up on Facebook, on my personal account, that for the first time since I was 20 years old, I no longer own property. That's a little weird, or a lot weird. Mainly because with owning property, I've always had projects, which is why I'm trying to line them up here. My brain needs them. My brain needs projects. The little one is transitioning to more solid food. She's just turned 8 months old. I'm starting to experiment because I don't remember. And I made carrots, already cut up carrots, just put them in the microwave in a Tupperware container with water just to boil them. Yeah, no, I didn't put enough water. I shouldn't use Tupperware. I know these things. All of a sudden the house smelled to high heavens. Tupperware containers all burnt, and the little carrots are black. That was Thursday. When I was there yesterday, it still smelled almost as bad. And I opened up the windows and doors. I had to put the little one in her winter clothes in the house, turn off the heat. Send Nick, hold on, talk about Nick, she's coming through. I will pick this up in a little while. I'm going to run over to Nick's parents' house and then I'm going to run my errands. So I'll pick this up on the other side. Everybody, talk to you in a bit. Hey, I'm back. Let me hang up my coat. I just did all my errands. I am so proud of myself. I got everything done. I wanted to go out and shut one of the bank accounts that's out in Oshkosh. So I got that done, and next door is a really cute little grocery store with all sorts of food that they prepare on site. And I had a gift card, and so I've been waiting on that. So I went there and filled up on all sorts of stuff that I probably shouldn't, and I don't know how much of it can be frozen. I'm hoping quite a bit. I'll look at it in a minute. My Lipton soup mix. I got freezer bags for the stuff that I'm hoping I can freeze. The important things, 2 things of Lipton tea. No. Chris, did you hear what I just said? You corrupted me. Salada. Oh my goodness. That was unbelievable. Pop-Tarts because, of course, you know, and I keep those in the refrigerator, mainly because I never have much in the refrigerator and it runs for nothing. I got my Lipton soup. That's where I got it from, Christopher. Lipton soup. And I still had 2 of them, so now I have 4 of them. Pay attention, Margaret. Remember I said I was almost out of sugar? I forgot it when I was at that little store, but I had to stop at Hannaford's, which I was going by, because I needed C batteries. But I also had bought some ice cream at the other store, so I wanted hot fudge sauce, and I didn't see it there. So I went in for hot fudge sauce and C batteries and thought, that doesn't look good. So I got some more stuff. How about right here? Oh, if you're going to do that, then your soups should be over with the soups. Well, that kind of makes sense. All right, so this is in that little store. An onion, carrots, celery, because I'll probably make another soup this week. I like soups for a couple reasons. Easy, fast, don't have to pay attention, which is right up my alley, and I can freeze it. What, Parker? You're out of food. You ate while I was gone, huh? Strawberry croissants. Do I need them? No. And I've never done this before, but I bought burger melts for the freezer. Again, because when I get home, I'm too lazy to start cooking. And usually I'm too hungry to start cooking. So I want things I can just grab in a hurry. At the Dighton house, I had my freezer on the bottom on purpose because I'd always had a top one and I didn't love it. Well, decided that I do like the top better, although looking at it now, I don't think it stores quite as much. This is something that they have at Eau Claire's already packaged. Steakhouse boneless chicken. I put that right in the freezer. It's marinated. Yeah, this doesn't let me store nearly as much as conveniently. I might have to rethink staying at the top. Whipped cream to go with my hot fudge. That's what I was in the mood for today. Ice cream. Now that I've got it, I won't be in the mood for it anymore. We know that. Oh, hi, Parker. Yes, I know. 2 things of spaghetti sauce and a thing of Alfredo sauce. That sounded good to me. And yes, I know I used to make my own spaghetti sauce always. But you get older, I'll speak for myself. I get older, I get lazy. Lights are going to be flickering because that light likes to flicker. One of these days I'll get up and fix it. You know, when I left the Dighton house 2 weeks ago, I had replaced my shower head with one that wasn't so low pressure. And I don't know what made me do it. This was probably 4 or 5 months ago. I put the old one aside and kept it in case I wanted it. The new one was so much better. The flow was just so much stronger that I brought it here. I switched it back and brought it here. Got up this morning and decided before I took my shower that I would switch it back. And it's very, very easy if you've never done it. It's not a big deal at all. So first thing this morning, 6 o'clock, I got my good shower head back. That started my day very well. Then I ran out and did those other errands. Now, I also wanted to stop. I think I said this earlier. Wanted to do my vacuum my car. Well, right next to the bank, right next to the little Eau Claire's store is a car wash. So I went there and luckily had 4 quarters. I'm vacuuming out the car. It doesn't need a lot. So I'm vacuuming. Of course, I'm all bent over doing it. And all of a sudden, the nozzle comes off the big vacuum. So I've got and the nozzle falls on the ground. So I reach over to get the nozzle. I've got the vacuum hose, sucked my pants up into the vacuum hose. Nothing goes easy. So left there, my car is vacuumed. When I saw Nikki today, she told me that Mike is going to start being around a little. Wouldn't it be nice if I could talk him into saying hi? To rip up the crappy carpeting in the cellar and to put down floor and to, at some point, paint those cabinets, which will be awesome. Parker was talking to us because she's letting me know she's not happy I haven't been around all morning. I do know that you're unhappy, Parker. Everybody across the world knows you're unhappy, Parker. Do you know how good it feels to get one set of errands done? And I now have enough food in this house for at least a month. So that means we should lose power because there's a lot of stuff in the freezer. Now you can get down. You don't belong near the food. Down, down, down. I don't care, Parker. Holy mackerel, Andy, she talks too much. Does anybody, when they have that tea kettle, put tea bags right in it? Or do you all just make it individual cups? So my plan is go eat my pasta salad, have my cup of tea, probably edit this video and get it up this afternoon. It's rainy, just enough that I can't get out and do anything. I might get ambitious and put the batteries in that other, I'm gonna hurt the cat, the other light, and possibly do the laundry. If not, tomorrow's another day. So have a great weekend if I don't talk to you. Take care, everybody. I'm done.